Hey y'all, we are back and we are going to go over this $10,000 grant that I have posted on other social media platforms. Before that, I got some shirts made and I am quite excited about it because you got to say like, share, subscribe, comment, all of that is right here. But if you get anything of value from the beginning of the video, middle of the video, end of the video, like it, subscribe to the channel, leave a comment, and then also remember, if this does not benefit your business, please share it, because there are so many grants that we just don't see, don't acknowledge, don't share. And sharing is caring, because you might share it with someone and then they come back and they share something with you. So always think about that. Also, as I've said before, I've started a Patreon. So what is Patreon and how does it work? Patreon is a monthly subscription. And as I've said in previous videos, you can cancel at any time. So if you log into there, you see some of the grants, or you've been in there in a couple of months and you're not interested anymore, you can cancel that subscription. You'll just pay that one time, or how many months you're there. What I put in the Patreon, I put a ton of grants that I don't have the capacity to do a video for every grant that I have. And then I have different categories. I have international. So for individuals that are outside of the United States, we have nonprofits, we have state specific, then we have general, where I just post general items. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put the link to the Patreon in the comments, the chat. No, the chat. So the chat, I always get the words mixed up. So I'm going to put that in the chat. I'm going to share my screen briefly, just so individuals can get an idea of some of the stuff that's in there. Okay. So here is the channel. And if you see, like right here, I have YouTube, where I post all the YouTube videos. And then state specific, I post anywhere in the United States that individuals might want grants, need grants. You can ask for that information. We have a bunch of nonprofit grants in here as well. And then just different things that are coming up if you're interested in that. And then this is just a general for-profit channel, where these are the ones that I would typically do a YouTube video for if I had the capacity and time. And then general is like, I let people know that I have a video that's coming up. This is like a free webinar to talk about, Black women and making millions of dollars. A lot of the webinars, free books, there's business books. So links in here where you get access to free business books. And then of course, like I said, the international grants, I recently posted a bunch for individuals that are in Africa. So if you are women located in Africa, if you're not a woman located in Africa, those grants are posted there as well. And then I have also started doing consultations, because I've had questions about that. So I'm going to put that in the chat. So let me do all of this first, so then I can start talking about the grants, because it's few requirements for this grant, but they do have a few businesses that are restricted, but they're ones that you would expect to be restricted, in my opinion. So the Patreon is posted there, and then I'm going to put my website. Okay. Hey, I think if your name is Jose, if I'm saying it incorrectly, I apologize. It's best to reach me via my website, because I get a lot of DMs at this point and I can't respond to all of them. So you can either send an email via the website, or obviously if you're looking for a consultation, you can book a consultation, because that assists me with streamlining everything. Also, in the comment section, I'll put my Facebook group, and in the group, there's access to like a sample business plan, also a pitch deck, just some of those items that For this grant, you're not going to need, but for other grants, if you want to start working on it now, we typically need those items. And I think you should have a business plan anyways. So I think that's everything for now. Now let's talk about the grants, because this grant is for $10,000. They are going to select 50 businesses, and the selection process, it's at random. What they're going to do is they're going to put however many people apply. I don't know how they're going to do it, but let's say it's going to go in a bucket. And then from there, they're just going to, it's like a lottery. And what they're going to do is once they pull your name, if you've met all of the requirements that they've requested, then you'll get the grant. Now, here are some of the requirements that you have to have. The most important, outside from, we'll talk about what types of businesses, you must have a business bank account, because they are going to send that money ACH, and you're going to have to provide them documentation that you, in fact, have a business bank account, because they're going to want to have your most recent bank statement. So if you don't have a business bank account, I mean, maybe you can open one, but I always tell people this. Worst case is you don't get the grant, but if you don't have a business bank account, run and get one tomorrow morning. And then that way, see if somehow the bank, I don't know if the banks can give you a statement. That part is outside of my wheelhouse. The deadline for this grant is May the 27th. But when I tell you it's less than 7 minutes to apply, you can apply to this grant while you're watching this live. Seriously. You're going to be notified in July. So July is when they're going to notify everyone. They're going to put the money into your account. You must be in business for a minimum of 6 months. So November of 2021, you must have launched your business. And I'm going to read the list. Okay. So some of the documents that they're going to want, you only need one. Not all of these documents, but they're going to need something to show that your business has been established for a minimum of those 6 months. So if you have already incorporated your business, then you're going to provide to them your articles of incorporation. You can provide them with, if you're in a state that recognizes the sole proprietor as a separate legal entity, then you can provide them with that documentation. So that's when they say sole proprietor. But if is not the case, but you have your EIN number that establishes that you're operating as a sole proprietor, then you will provide them with that EIN number and make sure that that EIN number is dated back to November. If you have a fictitious name, a DBA, you can provide that to show when you registered that name. So there are so many different ways for you to prove that you have been in business since November of 2021. So remember, 6 months. There's a caveat here. If you have been in business for more than a year, I'm not even going to say more than a year, at least 12 months, you must provide your business taxes. So your Schedule C, they want to see that. And if you don't have it, unfortunately, you are not eligible to apply, because obviously if you've been in business for only 6 months, you haven't hit a tax season yet. Maybe. I guess if you've been in business since November, you could have filed your taxes, but maybe you didn't file your taxes this year. However, they're requiring that if you've been in business for at least 12 months, they need to see your business taxes. You will also need to present them with a W-9, because they're going to ACH you the money. What does that mean? If they're asking for a W-9, that means that this is taxable income. So do not get $10,000, run off and spend it and think that you're not going to have to claim it on your taxes, because if you don't claim it on your taxes with that W-9, they're going to report those earnings to the IRS anyway. So just be mindful of that. And then if you file your taxes and then you haven't claimed this additional $10,000, then you're going to be having a conversation with the IRS, which we don't want to have those conversations. So just know that they are definitely going to report this as income to your business. So when you get this $10,000, I don't know, tax brackets and things like that, because I'm a lawyer, not an accountant. However, figure out what percentage you should take away from that $10,000 before you go ahead and spend all of it. Your business has to have made less than $1 million. Now, if my business is making over $1 million, I would still want to apply for this $10,000 grant, but I will be excited that I am not eligible. So you cannot have more than $1 million that have come through your business in the past year or the past 6 months. Also, you can present a state or federal business license to show that you have, in fact, been in business for that 6 months as well. And then this part I'm going to go through because there's a long list of businesses that are not eligible, right? Obviously, it is an illegal industry or a prohibited one, but their list is lengthy. So also, I'm sorry, the individuals that are eligible. So you have to be an entrepreneur of color or type of business. So entrepreneur of color, woman, or low to moderate income, immigrants, or any other historically disadvantaged category that you would fall into. So, disability, probably veterans, just all those categories would be the individuals that are eligible to apply, or the businesses that will be eligible to apply for this grant. Now let's go into the list of people that are not list of people, list of businesses. But I forgot one thing. What do you get also? You get a $500 credit to use at LegalZoom for any product. So in addition to the $10,000, you will get the $500 from LegalZoom, but it's going to come as a credit. So if you're not part of the 50 that get the $10,000, they're giving 950 businesses a $500 certificate to use at LegalZoom if, let's say, you're a sole proprietor and you want to incorporate, or whatever other services that LegalZoom gives out, you would then be able to use that $500. Now, not eligible. Adult entertainment, smoke shops, firearms, marijuana, massage parlors, don't know why, illegal activities, gambling, real estate investment, and this is residential and commercial. And they're also saying individuals where their primary source of income comes from rental properties. So this is for your Airbnbs, your short-term rentals. If that is your business model and that's where you get the majority of your money from, unfortunately, you're not eligible to apply for this grant. Don't know why, but that's one of them. Banking in the financial industry, merchant services, so individuals that provide payment processing services, if you're that type of company, if you're a payday loan company or any type of loan company, you're not eligible to apply. Bail bondsman, pawn shop, lawyers, and debt collectors. Like, I don't know what we did that we cannot get a $10,000 grant, but I think it's because LegalZoom is tied to it. So they're like, wait, we're not going to give you money to take away clients from us. So that part makes sense. Debt collectors, MLM. So think about, what is that? Like that tea company. I don't know the name of it, but that type of company, or a lot of people are doing travel agencies now. So I think that would fit in the MLM stuff. Nonprofits, this is only for for-profit. So if you're a nonprofit, I am so sorry, but the Patreon has millions of dollars available for nonprofits if you want to sign up. Religious organizations, political organizations, transportation of hazardous materials. So that doesn't mean that if you're in the trucking industry, you're not eligible. If you're transporting hazardous materials, then you're not eligible. So any other trucking industry individuals, because I get a lot of questions for that specific industry, you're eligible. And I had a young lady ask me about the fashion industry. You would be eligible for this one. Oil and gas, ride share, and that's it. Okay. Making sure I didn't miss any of the lists. No. And then if you have multiple businesses, you only can apply from one business. So pick the business that you think, actually, it doesn't even matter if you pick the one that's the strongest because it's a lottery. So just make sure you pick the business that meets all of the requirements. So I think I went over all of that, but what I'm going to show you all first is I have recently partnered with Better Legal, and they are offering discounts for individuals if you're looking to incorporate your business, and they do other things as well. So again, if you're a sole proprietor and you're trying to get your LLC immediately, they will get everything turned around within a day, and they give you a few extras. So I want to share my screen there, and then we're going to look at the grant application, which is super quick. So here at Better Legal, now the price that's showing here is $299. However, my partnership you'll get $100 off, so it will cost you only $199, which is extremely cheap because I charge a minimum of $500 to do anything. So, and I'm sure they have lawyers working on this. What I can appreciate about this is they let you know that you're going to pay the filing fee, but then also you can go to whichever state. Of course, I'll go to Missouri, and it lets you know immediately how much, in addition to your $199, you will have to pay because they're not going to pay the filing fees, but you get your articles of organization, your tax ID, so your EIN number with the IRS, an operating agreement. And individuals don't understand that just because you're a single member LLC, you still need an operating agreement because that still lets someone who might not be a part of that business understand how that business is to be managed. And then what happens if you're not here? And let's say for whatever reason, you don't have a will, you don't have anything. Some of that information is listed inside of your operating agreement, and it'll show how much you originally invested in that company. And sometimes when you're applying for loans, they look at that operating agreement, or if you're applying for grants. And it's a few banks that ask for the operating agreement when you're opening a business bank account, but not many. You get your banking resolution and other helpful documents, the website, so they'll set up a free website online store with inventory, business checking, a tax analysis, and also an insurance evaluation. So they'll evaluate your business to then decide what type of insurance will be best for your business. So I personally believe that for $199 plus whatever your filing fee is, and you're going to get all of these services and a 24-hour turnaround time, you can't really beat that. So that's that. I'll put that in. Let me put it in the chat, because I think that'll probably be easier if I do that. But I'm also going to put in the comments. Let's see. We got betterlegal.com. Okay, I make handcrafted accessories. Yes. So literally, and I hope I'm pronouncing your name right. Shiara? Miss Friedman. That's what we're going to say. So with that, yes. When I tell you this grant is one of the easiest low-hanging fruit grants to apply to, because like I said, it's a raffle. So as long as you give them everything that they're asking for, and we're about to go into the application, you give them everything they're asking for, plus the attachments, and they pull your name, and you're part of the community of, if you're a person of color, if you're a woman, immigrants, any of those disadvantaged categories, you would be eligible as long as you have submitted everything. So please take your time, make sure you don't forget anything, because if you do, you cannot edit your application either. So once you hit submit, that's it. You cannot email them and say, I made a mistake, or any of those things. So yes, you would be eligible. And then on the flip side, talking about your corporation, same thing. The only difference here is you're going to get those bylaws as opposed to your operating agreement. Operating agreement is for LLC, bylaws is for a corporation, etc. All right, so the grants. In this company, I don't know how to pronounce it, if it's Acheon. However, they have partnered with the NBA, WNBA, and LegalZoom for this $10,000 grant opportunity. Here, they have everything that we've already discussed, the amount, what you're going to get, things that are ineligible. So if you don't have a business license, that doesn't really matter. Nonprofits are ineligible. And then here are the industries that are ineligible, which we've went over all of that. And we went over the timeline. So July. If you don't hear anything by July, then more likely than not, you have not been approved. But also always Make sure that you are using an email address that you check religiously. And if nothing else, always check your spam, because some of this could end up in your spam. So when we go to apply and just go over the questions, and they give you a link here to download that W-9 that you're going to have to upload. So here, as I said, you're going to need your business taxes, but only if you've been in business for 12 months. They want the front and back copy of your license, so the business owner, the person that's applying, your most recent business bank statement. And here it says businesses that do not have a business bank account are not eligible for this opportunity, because again, they're going to do an ACH payment into your business bank account. And of course, you cannot commingle your personal and business, so they will not put it in a personal business account, a personal checking account. And then the W-9, which is here. So questions, pretty basic. Is your business currently operating? Hopefully, yes. If not, you're not eligible. You must be based in the US. This is a US only grant. Canada is not included in this. Have you been in business for at least 6 months? Yes, because you have to in order to apply. Can you provide a business license, registration, or sole proprietorship formation document? You must be able to do that as well. Business bank account? Yes. Your annual business revenue? Remember, it has to be less than $1 million. And then this is your general information: name, your address, city, state, zip code, phone number, your birthday. Here you're going to put your license number and then state, and then your business information. So you have your legal name, if you have a DBA, your EIN, and then your industry. And of course, they mixed in the ineligible industries in here as well. So you can select other. So if they don't have crafted accessories, then you can just put other, and then you can say handmade accessories, or it's probably jewelry is probably on this list somewhere. So that could be what you put in there. They're going to need your address and your business website. And you see there's no asterisk here to require that you have a business website. So if you don't have one, that's okay. Your social media, I would hope that you have at least one social media, if you can put that there. And then, are you located in any of the NBA, WNBA, or G League metro areas? Now, I am not into sports. I don't know when stuff happens. The only reason I know people are watching a game is because when I talk to people, they say they're watching a game. So I know there's something going on with basketball right now. I don't know who's playing or what's going on. They specifically launched this second phase of this grant to coincide with something, I forget what, but something that's connected with the NBA and WNBA. So what I'm thinking is maybe you'll get an invite to whatever it is that's happening in July that's associated with basketball. When did you begin operating a business? Remember, you got to have at least 6 months in. And then how many employees does your business have? So that's not counting yourself. If you're a solo company, that's perfectly fine as well. And then your total household income. I think this is probably getting to that question if you're in low to moderate income. But however, if you are not low to moderate income, but you are a person of color or a woman, you're still eligible to apply. How long was your business in operation before you officially formed or registered it? And then how did you legally register your business? So this is just giving them the types. Did you use an online legal services? So LegalZoom is trying to figure out, oh, are you using us or are you using a professional, i.e. attorney, accountant, etc.? Have you sought any tax professional or tax service? If you haven't, I highly recommend doing that, even if it's once a quarter or if it's twice a year, if you're not in a position to afford to have them on your payroll. Brief description of your business, 100 words or less. I promise you, I feel like every time we do a grant, they want that elevator pitch. So please create your elevator pitch. This is only 100 words. So they're really like, I want to be engaged, excited, and ready to support your business when I pull it out of, I'm going to say a hat, because I don't know how they're going to randomly select the people. But I do believe that they're going to, you know, read this and determine based off of that as well, if this is something that we would want to give $10,000 to, or the $500 that's going to go to the $500 credit for LegalZoom that's going to go to the 950 other applicants that's not within that 50 that's going to get the $10,000. What inspires you to start your business? Now you see, they're giving you 250 words to talk about your passion. And as I've said before, when you are talking about your business, what they're asking you for, they are asking you for what are you most passionate about? Like, what drove you to want to start this business? So speak from the heart. Don't, you know, be robotic in the words, right? And then how would you intend to use the grant funds? Now, people, we talked about this a million times. Please, 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 please make sure it's something that makes sense for a business. If you're trying to scale your business, if you need to hire staff, if you need to work on your marketing efforts, if you maybe you need, well, don't say legal counsel because it's with LegalZoom, and maybe you want to get financial assistance or an accountant, things like that. And then also, before we get to the end of this, there is a small business grant playlist on the channel. So please, after you watch this video or any of the other videos, it's somewhere on the top of the page. You go to playlist. There are several grants in there as well. So if this one you're not eligible for, look at some of the other ones, because there's 2 to 3 that is currently still open where you have not missed their deadline. And then here's just voluntary information about your demographics, because again, they're looking for individuals, person of color, woman, etc. Are you interested in receiving a promo code for LegalZoom services? Why not? You get the code, you use it or you don't use it. It's kind of up to you. And then this is something that's up to you. You know, do you want them to share your information with LegalZoom and the WNBA? I have no idea. I understand LegalZoom, but I don't know what the WNBA will want with my information and what they would do with that. So that's something that you can, you know, sit and think about on your own and make that decision. And then here you're going to upload all the required documents. You know, obviously some people will have tax returns, some people won't, depending on how long you've been in business. And then this, they're showing you what they need as far as your ID, your business statement, and then the W-9, which you can download inside of here and then upload. And then you have the bank name. So again, ACH. So your bank name and then routing, confirm all of that. And then here you hit submit, or you can save as a draft. Also forgot, you're going to have to create an account. So I created an account before I did the live in order to save us some time. So you're going to have to create an account first before you get access to the application. Hey, corporate consultant, may you please type the website? Yes, I will put the website at the end of the chat, Lavonda. I will do that, yes. But also, if for whatever reason it doesn't work itself out, let me go back. So it's aofund.org/program/fast break. So aofund.org/program/fast break, just in case. If you don't have any questions, I'm going to give you all a couple seconds just in case. As I said, I put the link for Better Legal in the chat. And I think that is it, y'all. I mean, the grant, like I said, that should only take you 7 minutes, because you only get 100 words to tell them about your business, and you get 250 words to tell them why you are passionate about starting this business, operating this business, and then also letting them know what you would do with the money. And as I said, that part is going to probably be the most important, right? It's going to be the most impactful for them because they're going to want to try to figure out, if we give this individual $10,000, what are they going to do with this money? Not, I don't know, you're going to save it, you're going to buy inventory, but literally my business is growing and is at capacity and I need to hire somebody part-time, or, I really need to strengthen my marketing, or I want to get a better website. My website is not where I would like it to be, and $10,000 would really propel my business because now I have a website, now I have that presence, and it's been a challenge of me to really maintain employees or maintain clients because individuals are looking for websites, they're looking for social media presence, and it could be that you want a social media manager. So just think about ways that, I'm not even going to say necessarily that it's creative, right? But just think about ways where, how can I use this $10,000 where then my business will propel from where it's currently at, is probably what they're looking for. And then also, you got to speak from the heart. I can't really tell you what to say as far as why you started the business, why you're passionate about it, because only you are going to know that. And that's why most of the grants that I post here, you can use a grant writer, you cannot use a grant writer. I can offer that service, but my goal with this channel is to empower you all to be able to do this yourself and apply to as many grants as you deem is necessary for your business, and to create that generational wealth for all. And I firmly believe that having access to capital is the difference, aside from, you're consistent and you work hard and all of those characteristics of the individual. But if you don't have access to capital, your business at some point is going to plateau because you need money to make money. So I have nothing further unless anybody has a question. Nope. So please, again, like, share, comment, subscribe. Let me know if you like my shirt because I was so excited. I made this not the shirt, y'all, but I made the logo myself, and then I found a vendor to print them for me. And I got a bunch of different colors. So with that, I will talk to you all next time. Enjoy your evening.